there's a lot of people that didn't think we were gonna make it.
That's right.
So
Hey, we could use some more haters. Y'all are really motivating. So
yeah.
please.
Well, big sexy ice cream that has like
Yes.
caramel and chocolate chips. Welcome back to the podcast. I've been informed it's episode 19.
That's right.
So we are closing in.
Cruising.
Yeah.
Cruising.
There's a lot of people that
One more left.
that didn't think we were gonna make it.
That's right.
So
Ha.
I actually made some comment about how we weren't naming it until the 20th podcast, and someone who I've restricted, so they've obviously said stupid shit before. They said, "Oh, you mean like your other podcasts?"
Ooh.
And I was
hey, we could use some more haters. Y'all are really motivating. So
yeah.
please.
Well, I was like, my other podcasts
up.
were because Aubrey got too busy, and then obviously Derek and Austin moved.
Didn't work out.
So yeah.
Oh, well.
But
We're here to stay, y'all.
Yeah. So 19, one more, and I'm in the top 1%. So suck it. I don't remember who the person was. So
Well, cool, man. Yeah, y'all are about ready to go on a trip.
yep, we are leaving tomorrow morning at like 6:20 in the morning to get on a flight, connecting in Atlanta like usual when you fly out of Panama City. But
Good old Atlanta.
we'll be into New York City by about 12:30.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so we'll have like the whole afternoon,
Yeah.
evening time to, peruse and.
You think Letty's going to nap on the plane?
No, Letty just skips naps. Period. Now, so I don't think. I think if she falls asleep, it'll be in the. There's so we're going with Detroit Cookie Company's owners, Tony and Lauren.
Yep.
Really good friends with them. Truthfully, when we started Fat and Weird, they're very, very helpful to us about like just production stuff, and then I got to kind of give that blessing back to them during COVID when they like had to shift to like e-com.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I helped them like set up rates and set up the Rolo printers and all that stuff and shipping all that stuff.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. I've done a lot of stuff, and I've not been involved with a business that has done this much shipping until now.
So, and I mean, when we went, the Arnold got canceled in 2020. We did our meetup at Detroit Cookie Company, and we stayed with them.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, they're really great people, and they're pregnant.
Oh,
And so I think she's like 25 weeks.
Nice.
So they're having a boy. Anyway, they've done a lot of like planning and stuff. Like I think we have dinner reservations tonight or tomorrow night at 8 and stuff. And he's like,
so you just get to show up.
he literally said, there's an Escalade that's picking you up and he'll have your name and baggage claim. Just go to him. And so, the whole point of that story was tell you that Letty may nap in the car in the Escalade.
Flex on y'all.
Yeah. She may nap on the way to the hotel. From the
Cool.
airport.
So New York City in the wintertime. Christmas time. Big.
It's no snow. It's going to be in the 40s, which is good. Actually, Aubrey is happy that there's no snow because she doesn't want to have to push a stroller through snow.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And Letty's seen snow, so it's not like Letty needs to see snow.
It's nostalgia, but of like maybe Rockefeller Center, maybe you want it to start snowing if you could snap your fingers and then turn it right back off. I'm with you. Yeah, and it's really in the city. Well, it'd be like anywhere else. Then the sun comes out, then you're walking around in wet. Muck.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I actually hate the most about.
Unless you're prepared for it. I mean, if you're out in Montana, you probably have
rain
some
boots
muck
or
boot on. Yeah.
No.
Trying to walk around, look fresh in New York City. I'm not trying to get my shoes all dirty.
I don't get my Crocs dirty, guys.
Yeah.
So actually, I don't want to get my socks wet in my Crocs. That's true. That is. I hate
Wet
that.
feet are terrible.
Yeah. But no, so we have that planned. We're taking Letty to see the Rockettes.
Yes.
I'm really excited just because she's at that age where now she's showing interest in like dance and things like that.
Well, just the excitement of the production value, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like it's great to see the kids' reaction to that.
And the amount that she like freaks out over Christmas lights right now, like when we're driving, she'll be like, Christmas lights, I can't wait to see her just like in Times Square. It's going to probably be a stimulus overload for her.
Oh, yeah.
But
It was stimulus overload for me, man. So I can only imagine a little kid. They're just go, 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 go.
yeah, if you've never been to New York City, I think that what's depicted on the movies is pretty true about like it is hustle and bustle. Like people are moving through that city.
Yeah, it's a as close to 24-hour city, until you get into some of the like mega cities in Europe or wherever. But well, not even Europe, really Asia. Otherwise, it's 24. I mean, we stayed when we went in. We were basically right near Times Square, so. As you're walking out of the hotel, no matter what time of the day, it kind of looks daylight because there's just that like
so many lights,
lumens just cast over in your direction from somewhere, bouncing around.
Oh, and then in Bryant Park, which is like a 10-minute walk from us, it's literally like we can walk to Rockefeller, then Bryant Park, and then I think Times Square is after that.
Okay.
But Bryant Park has like this huge holiday festival set up right now, and so they have like all these different hot cocoa booths that do like like
cool.
specialty hot
Yeah,
cocoa,
yeah.
and a bunch of them do like just specialty foods, kind of like food trucky kind of situation. So we're gonna go check that out.
Hell yeah.
But it
Go to the Hershey store.
Yeah, I am going to go to the Hershey
me
store.
too. It's right there in Times Square.
But really, the truth is, like, I don't know what's planned. I know that there's a day that I think we're going to go hit up like 8 different cookie spots. And
Awesome.
Me and Tony are going to do like the 1 bite reviews like Barstool does.
yeah.
You know? We're going
Yeah,
to take a
heck
bite
yeah.
of it, and then we're going to rank the cookies.
Everybody knows the rules.
So, yep, we're just going to take 1 bite. And
Well, that's cool, man. You get to just like, I don't know, go on an exciting trip. You don't even really know all the things.
yeah, I think it's probably one of the first trips that I haven't planned everything for.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I just like go and be.
Uh-huh.
So I'm actually excited for it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're not nervous?
No, I really am not.
Perfect.
Because like I have no like agenda.
Right. You have nothing you need to get done.
Right.
So
yeah. So for me,
cool.
it's just like I want Letty to have a really fun time. So
then those are the best, really. I mean,
Yeah.
just kind of, yep, we're here. We'll do what y'all feel like going somewhere else. All right, let's do it. When
Yeah.
you get those tight vacations, you get home and they don't feel like vacations,
Vacations,
at all.
right.
Yeah.
yeah, and apparently the hotel we're staying in has like a pool inside,
Heck
you
yeah.
know, so like Letty can go swimming or
Sure.
something
Cool,
like that.
man. That's
So-
awesome.
But yeah, there's just a lot of fun stuff with New York. Aubrey and I haven't been in. I mean, you just went recently, like within the year or so, about a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
right at.
which I consider that recently.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I mean, it's
recently
like-
enough, man. Busy.
I think the last time Aubrey and I went was literally, maybe our road trip in 2018 when we did the road trip all the way up. So it's
cool.
been years
Yeah.
since we've been up there. So
Yeah, I want to take the family to Chicago. I really liked that city when we were out there, me and Christian.
Aubrey's favorite's Boston.
Yeah, I have not spent any time in Boston. I need
Yeah.
to.
It's like I know it's going to sound bad. It's like a clean New York City.
Yeah, well, that's what I felt Chicago was like too.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, and you could easily be like, the city's pretty much over there. You're
Right.
still in the city, but
But the thing about Boston, I think they just have a lot more history like New York does.
Yeah.
Obviously, East
Old.
Coast places
Yeah.
have that kind of history.
Old.
But yeah, I don't know. Aubrey and I really like Boston. You could walk around and you didn't feel like, oh shoot, I need to turn around. This is not an alley I need to be
Right.
walking down
Yeah.
type thing. And
Yeah.
then, you know, the thing about New York, I think that's just so unappealing to me. It's just like the trash is like everywhere. And I realize it's
Everywhere.
because you don't have room and they put it out by the street and people come pick it up.
Yep.
But there's just a constant cycle of like trash out everywhere.
that's that thing when you just pack more and more people on top of each other.
Yeah.
The infrastructure kind of gets tough, and you know, nobody had the foresight to build it right.
You
from
have to
the
build some kind of
beginning.
like trash removal.
Well, even look at like Panama City versus say over in 38 or Destin. Panama City just kind of blah 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 built itself almost over the. They had
a mastered plan.
they had a plan at least because they knew what was going to come their way, and so anyway, so
Yeah.
infrastructure's different, buried utility lines, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's probably the hardest part is here too. It's like you're going to build and you have to like bring in your own utility lines and then like 38
Well, that's always
is like,
something I struggle. Whatever business podcast, something I struggle with when building like certain systems is like, oh man, am I building this right? Like, is this going to grow with me?
Yeah.
And sometimes you have enough time to sit there and think on it and build a great one, and sometimes you just go, man, I need this solved right now.
Yeah.
We'll come back to this when we have time. So
well, honestly, that's kind of how I feel about this building.
Yeah.
And
Well, sure.
the thing is like, it does really well for the fact that we pivoted so hard out of its original
Yes.
use case.
Oh, yeah.
But
you built a big ass facility that was like, I got to be able to do anything with this.
Yeah.
But we've learned we're getting into automation, and they build buildings around the line. You know, the line gets built, and then boop, that's your building. The
Yeah.
shape, the size, the pad, wherever it is. And then these big boy companies, where it's located in America. I mean, because they're running down numbers that we're not there yet. We don't
Right.
need to, but like, it's cheaper to ship from here, or it's cheaper to get. We looked into flour, some of
Yeah.
our pricier ingredients. If we were closer to them,
Right.
our margins would go up.
right. Same with like specifically like probably butter, truthfully,
Uh-huh.
because like that's climate controlled and everything,
Sure.
right? So if you're closer to like receiving your butter and you can cut off, a couple of $100 per pallet,
Percentage
per
points,
shipment,
and
yeah. So, but no, that I think with the building, that's for me here. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but if I lay out something, it's gonna work, and it kind of has so
Well,
far.
yeah.
but-
Well, you go. I can get back to that later. You were growing a company very
Right.
quickly. You didn't.
And I think, well, the truth is, our addition, I think, will fix a lot of the issues that we have at this building, which was, I didn't ever have a way to like ship and receive frozen because we didn't deal with it like that.
Yeah,
and
didn't
now
need
we
to.
do
Well,
deal
so
with it like
that's
that.
that's my point. Is like the difference in like what here versus what we're about to do over there.
Yeah.
we're going into it. Like we get to pick, we get
Oh,
to
yeah.
take our
We've
time.
already laid out lines and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I don't like that equipment, or we have time to mess with stuff and whatever. And so y'all know, like the lead time on the equipment is about as long as any construction.
It's a year.
So,
Yeah. It's
so
pretty much
they're
a year for everything.
And they want that deposit ASAP.
Everybody wants like 30% down for like the whole year.
Yeah, millions of dollars worth of equipment. They want 20 to 30% down, just so y'all know the size of some of this stuff. And then it takes a year to build it and get it to you.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And then, well, yeah. And then they'll usually take if they took 30%, they'll take another 50% when they've completed it before they even deliver it. And then the last 20% they'll take on like delivery / install. Yep. So it's very difficult with some of the equipment manufacturers.
Well, I know when we go to actually pull the trigger on the stuff that's going in over here, some of the new stuff, we're going to ask for a factory acceptance test in whatever cool country whoever wants to pay for it on their dime.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't care. Riser, y'all take us to Germany, or your competitors will take us somewhere
Hammond's
else.
in Germany too, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all over there in one of those countries.
European areas. And there's just a lot of like really cool equipment. Again, like I was saying, like how much stuff I didn't even know certain things existed.
Oh, right. You don't even know.
When I built this facility.
Yeah, you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
You don't, and now my brain's, I'm in the grocery stores, my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I know how they make that. I know who makes that now. You know, that's kind of neat. So, I didn't think about it, man. I never thought about how Hot Pocket was made.
Oh, yeah.
I know now. I know how it's made. Or any of that type of stuff. You're just like, Hot Pockets. Whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we've seen Starbucks' cake pops.
Yeah,
and,
all of it.
Oh, Built Bars.
Well, all of it.
Ultrasonic cutting. Remember?
Yeah. Well, see, in my brain, sales-minded kind of whatever goes, oh. And then I also know that co-manufacturers of food exist, which I knew we did clothing before and stuff that makes complete sense. Didn't think about it. Now I'm just like, oh, grocery store chains that are already buying our products. Any other products you need? Like
that we can make,
or spin another somebody somewhere.
Right.
So anyways, cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Lot of eye-opening stuff. If you guys are into anything, man, and you're in an industry and there's a trade show of some kind, highly recommend it. Done a bunch with real estate, made a ton of connections there. And then just the Process Expo stuff was like eye-opening. So
yeah, I think the hardest part as an entrepreneur for me has been balancing like networking stuff with just trying to like do what you need to do. A lot of times, I'm not the greatest at it. Something you're really good at is the networking stuff, is that I go like, man, I've been working all day. Like I don't want to go to this dinner, or I don't want to go network, or that kind of thing, you know? Sure. And I definitely didn't do it and place as high a value on it as I should have probably. But again, that's something that like you bring to the table. So I don't really have to,
truthfully, with things like this, we're building our network differently. The amount of people that have reached out to both of us, because we have a podcast with not a ton of subscribers. More now. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. But like these people already knew me, but so now they're reaching back out. It's, kind of a way to like, even with social media, you feel like you kind of stay connected with a person, even though you maybe don't as much. There's new ways to network now, ways that I didn't know that I'm learning kind of from you. You've built your whole network for the most part digitally.
Yeah.
Whereas like hi, madam, which is slow. Right. Yeah. So I like the speed thing of what we're able to do now.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you brought it up the other day when we were asking about something. You're like, why don't you just ask Instagram? Because the truth is, like, whenever I have run into a problem, I've been able to leverage, the people that follow and support us to, get information or connections.
Well, and that's the biggest thing, right? That's networking right there. But it's also like kind of the using of the network. Like people want to be helpful and they want to be useful. So they actually want to help you. Right? Makes you feel needed as a friend. And then, hopefully it opens the door so they can ask you to do the same thing.
When
right?
they need it, yeah.
And so kind of like y'all have huge followings, but I don't think you need a huge network to probably know an engineer, know a doctor, know whatever. And if you're not really asking them to do real work for you, hey, Adam, you know the answer to this? Yeah, buddy, da-da-da-da-da. You want 10 minutes a month? No problem. I mean, if you're like, drop what you're doing and do work for me.
Right.
No, okay, that's money. That's trading hands. That's doing business together, because I'm gonna call you do the same thing. But yeah, network's huge. Network's everything. Grant Cardone says network equals your net worth, and I fully believe that.
Yeah.
Because when I was broke and hung out with broke people, even though I was full of ideas and like getting money, hey, I got this idea. You want to get in on it? It was like, Now it's vastly different. People like you, people like the other folks that you and I both know. If it's a great idea and we need a couple $1 million, say less. Let's go. You know? And so that's your network, right? And it's not that you're exclusively trying to hang out with some net worth type of individual, but you're trying to similar, like, you know where you want to be, go ahead and try and hang out with those people.
Right.
Because they'll want you to be there if you're the right fit.
Well, yeah, I think that like anytime someone's like really motivated and hungry and actually doing it, because I think we've talked a lot on this podcast about, we've met a lot of people that have the gift of telling you all the things they're going to do and they don't actually do it. Right. But any of those people, like, even if I am considered like a level above them, like I still want to be around them because like they're hungry and they're motivating to like keep that drive and hunger. You know?
That's right, man. So, well, it's like and also, whatever that you usually don't run into anyone hating down, right? It's a thing that I would go against completely my character. You had it happen to you from somebody specific. So, right. So, but I've never had it happen like that. It's not supposed to happen. The motivating thing is you realize, oh, I'm actually better than you because this is not supposed to happen this way. You're only supposed to hate up. Person says it himself, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're supposed to nurture those, right? Whatever. That's why we grow as people, is to like, not bring everybody and not drag anybody either, but like, hey, you know,
yeah,
you want to help people.
When you see someone
kind of being vague, I'm saying you know a lot.
Well, but when you see someone hustling and stuff, like you don't go over there and be like, you suck, you know,
right.
And that's kind of.
Well, I remember everything, you know, whatever it is, what it is. I did a lot of I'm in the South, construction type businesses that we've been involved with. Dealt with a lot of dudes, a lot of older dudes that own the company. It's not that they thought I was related, but they like saw themselves in me, or probably wish their son maybe was out there trying to grind, come from, you know, not build it myself type of, you know what I mean?
Right.
Bootstrapping it. So they were very helpful. Just like when Larry brought his grandson in here, he told us that he was going to wanted to start a lawn cutting business. You and I were both like, let us help you, but like, come, we'll help you fund it. Like, we'll get it off the ground. Like, hell yes.
Right.
There's not a lot of young men out there, or women, but not a lot of young men out there going, I want to go work for a living. I want to grind my way.
Right.
I love that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
off on a tangent, but
no. I mean, it's all about your network, and we're in Larry's network, right? So Larry helps us with like welding stuff. Obviously, we are customers of the welding and fabrication shop as well, but they also do some stuff for us like on the side, like and then also Larry or Jimmy will call me and be like, hey, we have a really great customer. We want to send them a box of cookies. And I say, let me take care of that.
Well,
for
so
you,
we
you
do
know?
business together, but we also we take that a step further, because there are folks that I've done a lot of business with that they're in my network, but I will only call them to buy their service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That weird kind of favor of like, hey, I need your brain power.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I need some kind of niche skill that you have as a person that I would feel weird offering them money for.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of friends that, you know, are, achievers, right? So they happen to either be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or entrepreneur or something. But it's like, I'm not really asking for your legal advice. I'm asking for something that you may know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So,
I do.
Anyways.
Another thing I wanted to talk about when we were talking about the network, and I think you said like, oh, we don't have that many people that watch us, you know, but I think we're getting close to 100 subscribers if we're not 101. Yeah. Yeah. And just in my opinion, I really feel like that's a great thing. A lot of people get so stuck on when they start their social media or they start trying to help people, they get really stuck on the numbers. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the reason that you and I did this is that hopefully someone watches this and finds it helpful. Yeah. Hopefully, and then people that care about us and the journey, they get a behind the scenes thing. But the truth is, we started the podcast to talk about business, talk about the struggles we have, to talk about, things that we're going through and how we're handling those situations, to hopefully provide encouragement to other entrepreneurs or people that want to become entrepreneurs. So even if one person was watching this regularly and they were getting something out of it, then to me, that's exactly
if I help one person, I would show up here every week like we've been doing and keep putting in this. Absolutely. But to touch on that, a wide network or whatever of watered down, it depends. I have several networks, I guess. But if this channel connected us with 8 to 10 people like us, we get in the same room, the world better watch out, because you just won't be able to stop us.
Right.
It's that powerful. It is literally that powerful when you, no matter how much of a go-getter you are, take 3 of your take three of the top, I don't know, richest people or highest performers or whatever.
Yeah.
Then put them on the same team. Now, they probably butt heads too much to get along. There's normally only one tip, but hypothetically, if you could get rid of that part, dude, take over the world.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are technically have competing companies with SpaceX and Blue Origin or Blue Horizon or whatever. So you look at it and, those, if they were using both their brain powers on the thing together, it would probably be
or take somebody
better,
that's real tech heavy and put it with somebody who's real like physical business heavy, or like, I don't know, Elon Musk type individuals. There are very successful, smart people, I don't know, building bridges. But then if you could put somebody who like doesn't have to think inside the, I don't know, right?
Bridge maybe outside the box.
I don't know, man. That's how I think
innovation happens that way too.
Huge.
And if you think about any of the major companies, innovation is what brings in a lot of worth, right? I mean, Amazon innovated the way people shop.
Yeah.
Tesla has innovated the electric vehicle industry.
Well, innovation comes from a lot of reasons. Capitalism drives a lot of it. But like, if you are truly making a thing people use or a problem people have just less, or just life easier, or whatever, people appreciate you for it, you know, and they really go into that.
Yeah, we're innovating the gourmet cookie world.
We're making it easy.
Well, this is the easiest way to get gourmet cookies at your house. You don't have to go to anywhere.
Cheapest way.
You don't have to go anywhere that you don't normally go. You just go to the grocery store, you buy the bag, and then you can bake them. You don't have to make another stop at some other location. You're already grocery shopping. You just grab the bag and you take it home. And I think that for me, I've never really sat down and made like, core values and content pillars and like all this stuff. I think a lot of it I've just relied on like my own personal character to drive those things, and just because I'm so involved in the business, it's easy for it to not get outside of those, know, but one of the main objectives for me when I started Fat and Weird 5 years ago, I think it probably just sounded so silly to say out loud, right? Because big dreams sound stupid to people.
Not to me.
They do to some people, though.
Small-minded people.
To make Fat and Weird cookies just so easily accessible that like anyone could get them if they wanted to try them. And we started that e-commerce, and obviously that was like the first step in making it. And obviously that's very accessible to people inside the US. You just got to wait.
Yep.
So what's even better though is like I said, you're at your local grocery store, you're walking down the aisle, and there it is. You're not making another trip. Nope. You're not having to worry about shipping. You're just
so it's going to be so accessible that, of course, yes, we've got the e-com. That's not going anywhere. We're going across all the delivery apps, primarily with DoorDash, but GoPuff, the rest of them.
But that cuts your time down.
Boom, 30 minutes or so, you got a cookie. But wait, there's more. There might be a bag in your freezer already, and you just cut that oven on and go.
Yeah.
Boom. So it's like,
and then partnerships with people like restaurants now. It's like you go out to eat and you're like, oh wow, now I can get a Fat and Weird cookie, or you went and got some take and bake pizza from Papa Murphy's, and then grab a bag of cookies.
So we got the thing going with the Kahala brand stuff. So Cold Stone and Papa Murphy's. So of course you might be enjoying ice cream and see our delicious flavors on their menu. Of course, Papa Murphy's, we've talked about that. That's an easy sell, I think, because
you're already baking
your
pizza.
Oven's already on. Throw it in there. But they also want us to go on their actual menu as a food service item. I don't really know how that's all going to go yet.
For full transparency, I think yesterday I told you that I was just like felt like I was on the edge, And I think a lot of the anxiety comes from all good things. Truly, it's just the amount of options that Fat and Weird has is like unprecedented for me. Like used to, it was like you have e-commerce, and then like your marketing channel was via social, and now we have our like ads are like doing 3+ ROAS every day. We have the relationships with DoorDash, and then we have the potential with Cold Stone, and then we have the grocery stores, and so it can just feel very overwhelming because at some point we have to figure out what we're going to double down in and what we can push off to like strategic partners.
That's right.
And I think I'm just worried that I'm going to double down on the wrong thing,
Yep. Well, we talked about that, right? Building the systems, you're building the wrong, right? But, one, I got your back. I'm here. I'm not perfect. It's not like, but I can catch things, hopefully, that fall through the cracks, like vice versa, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I'm also here. Oh man, time to swing the other way or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's as to say that like, well, you and I talked about this offline, but I call it like chasing easy, hard, revenue, if you will.
Right.
Okay, maybe we picked not the easiest, fastest revenue,
Right.
but all of these lead to profitability, man.
Right.
The angle that to touch on what specifically for everyone here, marketing efforts, where we're directing the team, where we're spending our money in marketing. Like, is it spend money on marketing to drive e-com, or spend money in marketing to drive sell-through rates at stores, or da-da-da? Because, I mean, guys, we're spending money on lots of stuff. We only have so much. So is it or be really effective in one sector? That's a train of thought. Is it spread it around, kind of spread your coverage, so to speak?
Right.
We're testing them and we're seeing, proof concept with the bagging machine, but I don't think we're going to do a ton of that product through this facility.
No.
But it's dang sure good for business now. I
think we'll definitely do like, we have Benny Keith that's ordering some, and then things like that. So I believe we'll probably do like 4 pallets a month out of our facility through the bagging machine,
I just mean not like,
yeah, I know.
10, 40 pat. Yeah,
I know. Yeah. I mean,
I like that. Somebody else doing it. Truthfully, because I know that we're building towards kind of some R&D products that we'll be releasing.
Yeah.
That I think are going to go gangbusters.
Yeah, I think that's another thing too, is that nothing is quick.
Nope.
And I think the hardest part is waiting sometimes.
Hurry up and wait.
You
were in the military. Hurry up and wait.
Well, building this building took a while. And then the addition, I've been working on the addition for almost a year now.
Well, it's everything. I know. If we don't get they let us know last minute. And if we don't get our deadlines in by whatever committee meeting or whatever, then it's wait more. The equipment people, hurry, get us money. All right, wait. It's like,
well, yeah, we had equipment people that were telling us, yeah, you're good to wait until January, and then all of a sudden they called us and they're like, someone else wants to buy your machine and you need to give us money right now, and you're like,
sending it to Germany if you don't have a deposit in a day.
Yeah, so I put
Can you get us till tomorrow?
Yeah, I put in a deposit for the machine, but still, I think that I don't know. I always joke that no one thing is a heavy burden for my life.
Yep. No.
I feel like I'm just carrying a bunch of
you're a good
1
person.
pound
You're not
weights.
like, I got this heroin addict on, so you don't have that thing. So you just have a bunch of like,
yeah, I feel like I feel like I have like a rock on, but it just has so much weight on this because it's all these like small things that if I told you guys, they're not that big of a deal and you would just laugh them off, but there's just so many of them, so like,
hey man, this, whatever, pick a pebble. It's not that heavy.
I know. Worried about like, Letty getting sick. Cause I know Aubrey has already said she had, flu B. And so she's trying to get over that. And then we're leaving for New York tomorrow. And then, my Jeep issue, some reason my Jeep is literally leaking water
as humans,
inside.
Man, we're not designed to worry about all that shit. We're just not. I think it kills, but we can't not. It's not like you can just go through life just blasé about everything, but it's like, again, we've talked about this on the podcast before too, man. We're very acute stress people usually. Like, I need food. Okay, I have food. I need danger. Okay, boom. Not like
looming.
Just how
chronic stress. Yeah,
like how am I gonna? And again, man, great problems to have. Like, how am I going to get this stuff done? But it's like you are going on vacation with your family.
But I think the truth is too, talking about it helps me too.
Does.
But having the right people around to talk about it too, because you do need people that validate and understand and they just listen, because a lot of the issues, like, I already know the solution to it. Like, stop worrying about your Jeep. Someone's going to come pick it up tomorrow and they're going to get it fixed. They're dropping off a car for you. Like, let it go, which I am going to let it go, but I needed to tell you that was a burden in my life so that I could put that bag down,
if I'm off my game today, we do that all the time with each other. But yeah, man, I agree with that. Nothing is that heavy. Nothing is individually, and again, that's why you have a team. That's why you have a support squad, venting, all that shit. Yeah. Super good. But,
Speaking of team,
welcome being a man.
Speaking of team, we hired on someone new she's director of social media outreach and community engagement or something like that. I don't remember the exact title.
We got to get her.
A
cooler name.
She picked it.
That's lame.
She liked the word director.
Christian's a cookie dealer.
Yeah. Well, we can have the other.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a cookie optimization officer.
What is mine?
Cookie Empire Overseer. You got your cards?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cookie Empire Overseer.
Yep.
So CEO.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll come up with something more clever for hers. But essentially, the really cool thing is a lot of the customer service, just to tell this to other people just to know about Fat and Weird, but a lot of the customer service was handled by me. Finally, that's something I got off my plate because, like I said, I think in a previous podcast, like, it's just better for you not to handle it because it's your baby and you take it a lot more to heart.
It's mean. It comes across as,
Yeah. And so we've kind of always just like internally people have had customer service as like a side gig onto their job. So now we have someone who's in charge of, customer service, athlete management / ambassador management. Cause that was used to be Aubrey. And
and to touch on this, if you've never dealt with customer service and you think, what could they possibly be talking? You're a good person. You're a good person. Keep being a good person. The messages we get are not helpful. Your cookie tastes like ass. It's like, how can we help you?
Yeah.
We can't find your order. Oh, are you even a customer? Like,
yeah.
It's just seriously, this comes at it all the time. It's a big brand. It's a part of it. Who knows, man? It could be a competitor, whatever. It'd be funnier if they came on their competitor and did it, right? We'd banter back with them, but like people leave a 1-star review and just like, it was like, it was no.
It was too sweet. Yes. I did that one. We actually, today, there was a customer service complaint that Brooke said, hey, can you give me some recommendations for your cookies that aren't as sweet? And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, someone said they ordered them and they were just too sweet. And I was like, first, our cookies as far as like compared to like the other cookie company that people go to and stuff, not nearly as sweet. Those are
not a huge, anything that's like, if sweet is the flavor, if you will, and it's not like carried by something else, I can't really do too much of. Not very many of our cookies are that sweet until we get into the frostings and stuff.
Right.
But no, I can eat all of our cookies.
Yeah.
I don't like any of those like bakery little sugar cookie looking cookies, man. They're too sweet. My wife likes them, but I don't.
Well, I mean, my teeth will literally tingle biting into certain cookies, But no, so again, though, it's just like such an objective thing, right? Some people tell us that our cookies are not that sweet.
Yeah.
So what I've just like learned is that if everyone liked the same thing, there would be one restaurant and everyone would just go to that one restaurant. Like everyone has different likes and desires, and I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And the bigger we grow, the more people that will not be their cup of tea.
The more people that will try our products, which means there will be that many more people that love our products.
Yeah.
And there'll be that many people that it's not for them. I know we've talked about this before. The better's not the right word. Nobody really has strong opinions one way or the other about like a Famous Amos or a Chips Ahoy. It's decent. It's just like, it's a cookie. You may not like it, but no one's like, those are terrible.
Yeah.
Well, but nobody's like, those are the best either.
Right.
So if you're going to have somebody think your product's the best, somebody's going to think it's terrible. I mean, they just are. It's the way people are.
And our returning customer rate's like 50%.
It's hot.
I mean, it fluctuates between 40 and 60.
Which is great.
Depending on like what timeline you're looking at.
For a niche, e-com like dessert brand, that's great.
So to me, that's the way I look at it. And I used to get stuck on those 1-star reviews, and our entire review platform, we're like a 4.51 stars on e-com, and then on our storefront we're 4.8 stars. And so the way I look at that, I'm like, me personally, I rarely leave reviews unless I absolutely hated something or I absolutely love something. And majority of the time, I'll leave a negative review before I'd leave a positive review. Okay. So, I mean, just for me, like, hey, avoid this,
So
or
since I've ran businesses for years, normally my brain on the review thing has so little to do with the food, the quality of the food. Plus, I like to cook so much. I'm there for the experience and I'm there for the business because I can probably cook your food myself. Yeah. So if it is bad, I am normally going out of my way to get a hold of the owner. Buddy, this is going on in your establishment? And then if it is the owner, then it's like, cool, man, not going to tell you how to roll your bit. Yep, no harm, no foul. And then I leave, man. Then I don't care.
Yeah.
But I won't be back or whatever.
Right.
But most of the time, it's like, oh, hell, I didn't know that was going. I mean, I've dealt with this type of stuff. If the food is bad, just be like, I'm sorry. Can you have something else on the menu? Like, this is not good. And then, with a product like ours, dude, it's subjectivity. If you like cookies, you're going to like our product. Period. If you like desserts, you're going to like something about one of our products.
Right.
If you order a Senior Mint cookie, which is delicious, my son's favorite cookie, one on top there.
It's actually flying off, by the way.
Delicious. And you already don't like mint, please do not yell at the food company that sent you a mint chocolate cookie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're like, ugh, I wonder if that's going to be too minty. It isn't, by the way. But don't order it.
Yeah.
If you don't like peanut butter,
Don't order peanut butter product.
Don't order peanut
That's
butter
actually,
cookie.
I was actually talking to Crystal downstairs because she
these are our
said,
complaints.
Crystal, who is like head of our shipping department, she said, man, I'm really surprised, or not surprised. She said, man, the senior mints are flying out.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, I'm actually surprised. And she said, why? And I said, because mint is one of those flavors that people either love or they hate.
That's right.
And
Coconut.
so that's one. Peanut butter, same thing. I feel like people either love or hate it.
To touch on what Brad said earlier about kind of needing like a shield and umbrella, I sent him a video about that. But when you're sitting there running it and you created the product, so the R&D, everything went in. And just like you said, people are quicker to leave a negative comment. So when so few people, even though they are flying off the shelves and getting great reviews, every time somebody's like, oh, something flavor. Oh, something, you should do this. It just hits you. And you think about it in the back of your head and you go, should I make it? Should I, And it's like, no, man. Hold on, because you got that many people, that many people are fans that, sorry, it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. And I mean, I've done the most I can do by offering all kinds of different variations.
Yeah,
I mean, we have dough,
plenty of
flat
flavors.
cookies, big cookies that are stuffed, then medium-sized cookies that are stuffed, So it's like there's a lot of different options. So if you don't like stuffed cookies, we have flatties,
yeah. And we
so-
regularly, stuffed cookies, obviously our flagship product. We sell a ton of them. But I still like, I'll go pack orders and randomly get where it's like all the flatties, man. They're ordering all kinds of different flavor flatties. That I like a lot too because, man, they really like our flavor combo.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's a flat cookie, but it's all our,
Yeah.
There's no uniqueness about other than the taste.
Yeah, the taste, right?
The
This-
texture and the way
yeah.
we bake it and the way we pour love into it.
Well, that's why I said that I'm most excited about being in grocery stores is because there is nothing even remotely close in the dessert section like us. And if you go into the Toll House or the cookie dough section, you can buy like cookie dough. And I think the craziest flavor they'll do like this time of year is like the candy cane peppermint chocolate. No, they do a candy cane peppermint chocolate.
It's so boring. The package is boring. The design is boring. We're going to blow them out the water on the media side. We're going to blow them out the water on marketing side. We're going to blow them out the water in graphics on bags.
Yeah.
Before they even get a chance to taste our product.
Yeah.
And then, come on, y'all have tried that stuff. It just exists. It's there for some reason.
Well, speaking of packaging, that brings up another point is sometimes if you are a person that's like pushing the envelope and innovative, people are going to tell you, including experts in the industry, that what you're doing is not the way to do things.
Sure.
And you have to, you can listen to them because some of them may have valid criticism. So I think you always have to weigh that stuff out. But a lot of times it's just you're doing something that hasn't been done before and you just got to keep doing what hasn't been done before.
Well, you got to remember your strengths.
When we went to these black
you can't do that.
bags,
Can't do that.
they're like, you can't do black. You can't have black. And they said,
wait till people walk in the store and their eyes are just drawn to that different thing.
Right, on the white shelves and stuff.
We got to jump through hoops, man. We don't have the pockets to deal with. Everybody knows, man. We don't have Toll House marketing pockets.
Yeah.
So we can do it differently, and we can.
Yeah.
And
I think one thing that kind of that I've had to like realize is when our cookies are in there in the stores like DoorDash and things like that, there's literally no other product like it because even the closest packaged cookie you can come is like a grandma's or Mrs. Fields type cookie, right? Which is considering cookie. Like what our flatties would be, but it's not that good. And the price point's like what? Probably like $1.50 or something, $1.49 or $2. $2.
Why would
but
it's a treat.
But it's not it's not the same.
No.
And I think I was talking to maybe an Eastman, but maybe a Christian, but we were talking about it, and I was like, the truth is like, if my choice is a Mrs. Fields grandma's cookie in a package or Fat and Weird cookie in a package, even though Fat and Weird cookie is 2 or 2.5 times more expensive, I would much rather have the Fat and Weird cookie because I'm going to enjoy it.
That's not the specificity of our product. I agree with you completely. But I would go, say Fat and Weird's not on the menu. If it's like grandma's, it's like, no, I don't want that. I don't buy one when I'm in the gas station ever.
True, yeah.
I don't, whatever. I'm not craving, that period. I guess I do like some plain ice creams, but it's like I'm gonna either get the Ben and Jerry's one, or I'm just not gonna eat ice cream that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not normally going like, well, I'll go get the flavorless, cheapest ice cream I can get. So it's a nice sweet treat for yourself, just like our product. It's a nice treat. It's a great price point. It's fast, easy, convenient.
Speaking of ice cream, what do you go for?
Ooh, butter pecan.
Really?
Yeah.
But not Ben Jerry's. So what kind of Ben Jerry's flavor?
Oh, dang, I don't know the name of it.
I'm always looking for like salted caramel.
Yeah.
If it has like salted caramel in it,
Love
I'm
salted
intrigued.
caramel, yes.
And then I would love to just make my home because like I want chocolate chunks, salted caramel swirls, and cookie dough. That's what I need. Yeah.
We making some content?
Yeah. You want to make our own ice cream?
We could in on one of our freezers.
Yeah.
Just get like a cheap thing and see if we like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to just make vanilla ice cream. Take the dolce.
I need a vanilla base or like just a low. I don't like chocolate.
I don't like chocolate bases.
Okay, cool.
And then take the center that we put in Big Sexy
Yes.
and swirl that through there, and then mix in like the big chocolate chunks that we use for like Brad and stuff like that, and then like holy chip cookie dough pieces, mixed into that. And then I think that would be my jam.
Okay, cool. We need to get a soft serve machine in the break room.
Yeah. I think Detroit Cookie Company has a soft serve machine, so maybe we just need to go there and
Buddy mine
hang out
has
with
one in
them.
his kitchen. I'm like, what the hell?
Does he really?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Well, we just use that.
We got to drive all the way out to his house, but okay.
Yeah,
it's
we
just
just-
a soft serve thing. They make those little what I'm talking about, like the old school, like old time things.
Yeah.
That mix.
Yeah.
Well, really, if
With
we
you're talking about like salt and ice in there?
I mean, we could just stick the small mixer in the. It's a freezer, so you just put all the ingredients in there and turn it on, and
just let it churn it.
it'll freeze.
Eventually, yeah.
Take that long in our freezer. It's 10 degrees.
No, 10 degrees, yeah. Sometimes it's even colder than that. So, no, now Adam and I are going to start on ice cream. No, I mean, honestly, the most exciting thing
Partnership.
to me with the Cold Stone partnership was because I want to do a collab ice cream. Because, I mean, think about it. Shoot, a Big Sexy ice cream that has like caramel and chocolate chips and
Well, so
the
locking
cookie
down the
pieces.
brand, locking down all the IP like we're doing and everything else, and making these partnerships, getting the stamp of approval, being in their stores, getting access to their manufacturers and such. I mean, I don't know what ranking it is, but Cold Stone flavored coffee creamer is like one of their highest grossing products.
Is it their sweet cream flavor?
It just
Probably
says
is.
Cold Stone flavored.
Oh, okay.
It might be
The sweet cream.
I mean, it's whatever. I'm sure it's sweetened. You can look it up. Or
Well,
whatever,
sweet
but-
cream is like their base that they're known for.
Well,
so.
but dude, having a fat and weird, or just Big Sexy flavored
Right.
coffee creamer.
Let's see, Cold Stone coffee creamer.
That's why I was very interested.
Yeah,
in
look,
that other
see,
brand that we
it's,
almost got a hold of.
It's a collab with International Lights. It's the sweet and creamy. Is that
Doesn't
it?
Say, no,
No, that's not it. Oh, which one is it then?
Look at just one of the ones that say Cold Stone. Like that one says it.
Oh, Cold Stone
Cream.
beverages, ice cream flavored coffee pods. Oh, wow, Cold Stone. Didn't even know you were doing this stuff.
Yeah, on their coffee side. So maybe I was wrong about their creamer side. This is, I mean, they straight
Oh, there it
told
is.
us
Cold
this.
Stone. It is sweet cream.
Okay,
See,
cool.
sweet cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, Cold Stone sweet cream.
But it's like, okay.
But so sweet cream is like the base, I think, of like majority of their ice
whatever.
cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not quite vanilla.
Without the vanilla.
Yeah.
added.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's literally just a sweetened cream.
Yep. Hold the beaver.
So I think when you buy
the beaver
like
glands.
when you eat it, it's more like you get that milk mouthfeel, like creaminess, and it's just sweet. Yeah.
Cool.
So, but no, I'm really excited about, everything that we're doing with,
Where's our video thing?
oh, sorry. I
See my
should've
beautiful
put my
face.
thing.
There we
you
go.
go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Adam has to see himself or else he can't
All right.
perform.
I guess before we get out of here, I mean, talk about the DoorDash.
Yeah.
There-
So
yeah.
Christian called me back, so I didn't get to answer because we had started the podcast, but DoorDash is reordering on Monday for all their locations on the Dash
Boom.
Mart and Chill cookies, which means that
Custom flavors.
which means that they're reordering at like 2 weeks of having the product, and they ordered like almost 14,000 cookies.
And
so
they haven't even done their push.
yeah, and they're doing their push on the 16th.
That's right.
So
So that was all
16th
organic,
is-
y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, or us too.
Yeah.
I mean, we were pushing
well,
organically
we didn't
pushing
pay for
right.
what.
Yeah. And then we ended up being a featured product on their website.
Yep.
We made it in the top 5 up there. Actually, top 3 technically.
It actually worked out perfect. I don't know if we talked about this but
yeah,
ours was in the middle. So they did the top 5 like this, and we got beat right by which
Lindor.
I say beat. Whatever.
Lindor.
But it was like a little gift bear, a little easy, like get well. I don't know, Christmas bear. Jolly Rancher candy canes.
Yeah.
And then
another flavor of candy canes on the other side.
But then us. Then it was then candy canes at Christmas. Y'all were beating them.
And then peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms, y'all on DoorDash.
Yeah. It's crazy that they were selling more fat-free cookies than peanut M&Ms. Because I'd love to know how many peanut bags of like peanut M&Ms are sold through like our Publix.
Imagine how many manufacturers there must be. Like it's got to be. I bet almost every size has their own because it's that much volume.
It'd be so much easier to run the M&Ms through a bagging machine than it is our cookies.
It would, man. Anything small like that. I thought it'd be the opposite, and we talked about it, but now watching it, it's like, no, why did y'all tell me that? It's like, no, that would be way easier. That's the way it vibrates. Y'all'd have to see it.
Yeah, the way it works and the way the scale works and how it can weigh things.
They were like, oh, yeah, you're only putting 4 in a bag. That'll be easy. We deal with goldfish. I'm like, then I look at the machine. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense why Goldfish uses this.
It'd be so much easier if I was using Goldfish.
Damn.
Well, like, because we have all these choke points where like stuff can get stuck, and once it gets stuck, it's like game over. There's these 2 fins on the inside of the big funnel that goes down, and if 2 cookies come at the same time, they'll hit and they'll lodge right there, and it's hard because the next 2 cookies can potentially push those out. So I don't want to stop the machine because if it pushes them out, then we're good to go.
But it's also going so dang fast that it's like,
If you don't stop the machine, you can get a clog and it can back up just so fast because it's 4 cookies dropping like essentially it's like every couple seconds, like 3 or 4 seconds.
Click, 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 click,
yeah.
click, click, click.
Yeah, it is 3 to 4 seconds because we're doing around 18 bags a minute right now. So yeah. But either way, that's I'm looking forward to doing potentially, the smaller products through there. Well, now I'm worried about them defrosting because
they're smaller.
Yeah.
Yes. I was very excited that you and I didn't have to be handcuffed to the bagging machine though this week.
Yeah.
So that's very good. Staff's coming online. They're getting trained.
I just had to help them get it going, but then from there I could walk away, which is good
nice because we got so much other stuff to do. I mean, you and I'm leaving 6 p.m. or whatever, still having to try and do computer work and everything else, but it's worth it, right?
We also have some new employees that just started that have been really great too. Great addition to our team. So overall, it's very stressful, but we're making it.
That's right, man. So. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
So we're venting to y'all. We're stressing, but we're doing this by choice. And, it has its highs and its lows, but the highs outweigh it. And, you find good people to do it with, right? Makes it a little easier. So if any of y'all are out there.
Oh, yeah. And another thing to talk about before we end, we had our Christmas party.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a sale out of it, too.
Yeah. So
good job, buddy.
We did our Christmas party at a place called Rodeo Steakhouse, which is, about 20 minutes from our building. We were having a hard time finding a place that could accommodate. I mean, there's 45 of us or something like that. Yeah. That many people, pretty late notice, so we found Rodeo said that they could handle it. We did a little set menu. There was like option of like a steak, some chicken, some fish, and stuff like that. Man. Yeah, but everyone had a really good time. But we brought our cookies as the dessert because we had like 2 sheet pans of pitch and tents that we baked into kind of like bars so we could cut them up.
We get to make some custom stuff.
Right. And then I bought ice cream from the store. Yep. And truthfully, everyone was so full from dinner that of those 2 sheet pans, we probably only made a dent in like a third of a sheet pan.
Right.
So I just walked up to the owner because we were there at the end of the night. They were winding down.
We're closing them down. Yeah.
Pretty much. And I brought them the sheet pans and I was like, here you go, essentially. And by the way, what would it take to get our cookies on your menu? Well, I walked away. I kind of laughed and we talked and I walked away and I came back and literally the entire sheet pan I'd given them is like gone.
Yeah, they murdered it.
They had murdered it. And then they were like, some of them were getting to-go boxes and cutting it up and putting it in to-go boxes.
They were like, you know how many desserts we do a week? Boom, get us some cookies.
Yeah, and so Christian actually went up there and followed up with them, and they go through a couple hundred cookies every week.
A week, man.
So we are now going to be on their cookie
Rodeo's
supply.
Panama City. If you're ever down here, check them out, man. We need to get a list of where they're all done. I think we got it on the website.
We're working on the store
tracker.
locator right now. So
that's pretty cool. But those of y'all out there, that's literally, I mean, not everybody's going to say yes, but I mean, it was a little easier. We just spent a bunch of money at their restaurant for a Christmas thing, right? Easy intro. But just walk up there and ask for what you want. Hey, buy my cookies. Hey, hire my landscape company, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Hey, I like to eat here. Do you want to sell me? Do you want me to sell you some cookies too?
Yeah, cool, man. Just do business. This is what I do. This is what I offer. And people won't know till you ask, and you won't know either.
But the Christmas party was a lot of fun. We did White Elephant. Aubrey and I purchased all the gifts, so that way, I think my main complaint with White Elephant traditionally is like sometimes you buy a really great gift. And then when you get a gift at the end, it isn't as cool as you think your gift was, you know? So by us buying all the gifts. The
staff was very pleasantly excited and surprised that they didn't even have to bring a gift. And these were good gifts. Y'all.
Yeah.
We gave out good gifts.
Yeah. Like the bog bags, and we had some like wireless headphones and things like that. But we had to spice it up this time because most of the time our staff, I feel like, likes each other so much they don't steal from each other. Right. So we made them flip a coin, and if they got heads, they could pick a gift. But if they got tails, they had to steal from someone. And it was actually a lot of fun.
It made it way more fun because you're right. When it kind of quiet, some of the folks, we're a bakery. They're friendly. I'm sure some of them would do it, but we're also getting bigger, so maybe folks that don't work with each other as much might not feel as comfortable stealing or something. Because everybody here is so nice,
Yeah.
But it made it a lot of fun because then it's like, dang.
And then, just the way that I run things is like I essentially put like Adam, Christian, and Lacey at the very end to make sure that everyone was thrilled with their gift. And at the end of the day, they actually didn't have to do any finagling, and everyone was really happy with what they got. But no, that was a lot of fun. The Christmas party, we haven't done one like that. Mainly it's like usually here or
and I mean the point of that stuff is your people, man. You know that. So like if I want to buy myself a gift, I'll buy myself a gift. I don't need to go buy something that gets in there. Like whatever, have fun.
Yeah, and I got to meet a lot of the people's families, and I think that they probably enjoy getting to see like who their significant other works for, or
it's always
the
in the
culture.
back of my mind. I don't know what goes on, but like it's always been in the back of my mind that if I can have a little bit of bonding somehow with the family. I mean, there has to be a little bit of arm's reach somewhat with employees, but if somehow their family knows that I'm going to have my days, but overall I'm a good person somehow, then when they come home and bitch or ran into the wrong side of me and I hadn't got a chance to correct it or apologize or whatever, I just feel like hopefully somebody's going like, well, maybe give them till tomorrow. Like, well, remember last time, or like sticking up for me a little bit and not like, fuck that place. Because it happens, man. It's stressful here.
Believe me.
We just got to order for another 15,000 cookies, but we'll make it work. Make it happen.
Well, next episode is officially episode 20, so we got to do it. We need like balloons and stuff.
We do.
I'm going to put you in charge of that,
Okay,
you're the guy.
Yeah.
So,
all right, perfect.
and then we have to have a name.
We do.
We officially have to name it.
Y'all want to help us?
So comment down below. Well, no, this won't help us because it'll already be.
Are we naming it on the 21st or the? No,
it's only the 20th. 20th.
So
1%.
Once you finish, 20.
So we have to name it on the next one, and you guys will have already named it by the time you see this, so you can't help us. So maybe I'll do an Instagram.
Unless any of y'all can see the future.
Actually,
or whatever,
no. Eastman, please chop this.
Yeah.
We are
Shorts.
almost to our 20th episode. It is the next episode, and only 1% of podcasts make it to episode 20. So I need your help naming the podcast. If you haven't watched it, go check it out, then come back and give me your name suggestions.
That's right. Yeah. What camera am I looking at?
Any of them.
All right.
You're worth it. Do hard shit.